The governors of Colorado, Alaska, Oregon, and Washington sent a joint letter, no pun intended, to Attorney General Jeff Sessions this week, requesting the Trump administration consult with them prior to making making changes to recreational marijuana regulations, citing that overhauling the Cole memo, which was established in 2013 to assist states in regulation, could produce unintended and harmful consequences. Eric, usually a letter written by or signed by 4 different governors would carry a lot of weight, but considering the recipient, what do you think?
I think you had a little too much fun writing that question and setting up the pun, Dominic. I'm not sure Jeff Sessions, just stopped his day in his tracks when that letter came over the email. I think attorney generals get letters like this all the time. What's fascinating to me about this issue is I sense probably a philosophical divide within the Trump administration between Jeff Sessions and perhaps Donald Trump. Trump, who hasn't really played his hands on the marijuana issues, but he's more of a libertarian, live and let live kind of guy on a lot of these personal liberty issues. And Jeff Sessions is anything but. So I don't know if ultimately Jeff Sessions is going to be making these calls or if these calls are going to get made from the White House, and where the call gets made may determine what direction it goes.
Natasha, do you think we can see more collaboration between the states if there's somewhat of a threat from D.C. on this issue?
I think threat is the key word there, and yes, I think there will be more collaboration. It's kind of the Colorado mellow attitude towards politics sometimes, and I think that relates to marijuana. That people, whether they support it or don't, they haven't been as activated to, say, get on the streets and really talk about it. But if there was a true threat of this industry going away, which has a major impact on our tourism, but also our economy just as a whole right now, I think Coloradans would get activated in the same way that people in other states where this exists would get activated as well, and we'd find some common ground.
Patty, medical marijuana is in over a majority of American states. Recreational marijuana is still less than 10. Is there enough of a group to fight off real threatening regulation from D.C.?
Depending on how that regulation came down, you would hope D.C. had bigger things to worry about right now than states making some of their own laws, which they are allowed to do under states' rights. 28 states now have medical marijuana, and there are more coming, considering it all the time. People have widely accepted how useful it is to help with a number of ailments. And the fact is, there haven't been any disasters with recreational marijuana being legal in any of these 4 states either. So let's hope they abide by the Cole memo, which basically is allowing live and let live. It's not a priority to feds to prosecute in states where it's legal. Let's hope D.C. pays attention to bigger issues.
David, the likelihood the Cole memo stays at least the advice of the land?
Well, hopefully Trump follows his campaign promises and the United States Constitution, because the only congressional authority over marijuana, supposedly, is based on the power to regulate commerce among the several states. Commerce, as was understood when this was ratified, is buying and selling stuff. Commerce doesn't include agriculture, manufacturing, or mining. Those are things that precede commerce. So the cultivation of marijuana within a single state is no legitimate interest of the federal government. And commerce among the several states. Yes, if you have marijuana in Colorado and you bring it outside of Colorado for sale, Congress absolutely has the ability to severely punish that, but not commerce within the state. So Jeff Sessions and Senator Trump, President Trump, and everybody else should follow the original meaning of the Constitution and recognize that Congress has no authority to prohibit intrastate cultivation or commerce in marijuana.